Hey, what's up? Welcome to another installment of Truth Paste with James Hanna. How you doing? Special shout out to Kiki Richardson. Last night on Playing Devil's Advocate, we talked about something double standards and stereotypes, and of course, as it came up as it always does, is about women fucking around like men. Okay, basically, ladies still, it's 2011, don't get it that why is it a man can do all this stuff and be called a player, but when a woman does it, sleeps with a lot of guys, she's a whore. And I don't know how to tell y'all this, but yeah, you're a whore. Okay, yes, that makes you a whore. Sleeping around with a lot of dudes makes you a whore. A guy who sleeps around with a lot of women is a player. Okay, that is the game. That is a double standard, but it's a double standard that protects you. Okay, that double standard was created by parents. Okay, it was created by parents who, back in the day, maybe 100 years ago, 200 years ago, when dudes were actually courting women and, for marriage, and a man who had a daughter had to raise his daughter a certain way to get married. Okay, because when a dude came a courting, the first thing everybody on everybody's mind is if how many miles on the pussy. Okay, that's the question. How many miles on the pussy? So if your daughter got 200,000 miles on her pussy, she's gonna die in your house. She'll never get married. Or better yet, you're gonna be leaving the house to her. Okay, um, so that's what this is about, ladies. You can't do what we do. Okay, it's apples and oranges. That doesn't make you less of a woman or less of a human being because men are telling you you can't fuck around the way we do. First of all, you can't fuck. We're pigs. Okay, I'm not making excuses for it. We're pigs. Okay, we are wired to chase women. We are wired that way. You are not. Okay. Um, Here's the difference. It's Here's some differences that why you can't fuck around the way men fuck around. First of all, if you get a guy, and somewhere there's a dude out there doing this, you get a guy that sleeps with 100 women in 1 year, and you get a woman who sleeps with 100 dudes in 1 year. First of all, it took work for that man to get those numbers. It took game, it took money, it took looks, it took showering, it took a whole bunch of stuff for that man to do that. For the woman, all you had to do was lay on your back. I mean, ladies, how hard have you ever had to work for any dick in your life? Okay, that's the difference. So you can't do what we do because it doesn't take the same effort. That dude that writes 100 books, writes a book on how to sleep with 100 women in a year, people are going to buy that book. That dude could make seminars like Rich Dad Poor Dad, and dudes are going to show up to get their numbers up. Ladies, all the hoes out there, let me ask you something. When's the last time another woman asked you, girl, how do you get so much dick? Women don't need instructions how to get dick. Okay? That's the difference. Ladies, it's not the same thing. You can't quit trying to do of all the things that men do. Why is it that's the one thing y'all always go for? Okay? Why is it nobody ever tries to pay the bill at the restaurant? Nobody ever no woman ever tries to get the bill at Cheesecake Factory. You know what I mean? That's something y'all could do. How about if we're on a sinking ship and the boat is going down, and when they say women and children on the lifeboats, you go, no, baby, you go, I got this. Me and the captain are going down together. No, nobody does that. Okay, but the one thing y'all want to do is fuck around the way men fuck around. Okay, you can get a dude. Here's another difference. You can get a man who lives in Cleveland and has slept with 1,000 women in his lifetime. That man can settle down in Cleveland. All he has to do is join a big church, find a girl, and settle down. The woman who fucks 1,000 dudes in Cleveland has to move when she wants to settle down. She got to move to Seattle and reinvent herself, come up with a whole new identity, and hope that nobody in Cleveland moves to Seattle. Okay, that's the difference because it's all about reputation, ladies. At the end of the day, it's reputation that wins once you pass 30. Okay, because once you pass 30 and you fine as hell, and you ain't got nobody, when you date dudes, they're gonna wonder why this fine ass girl does not have a man. Okay, and that's the difference. Because then when they find out you ain't got a man, then people start asking questions, and they're like, "Damn man, Stephanie is bad in the motherfucker. How come she ain't got a man?" Then somebody gonna go, "Nigga, she fucked all the Qs at Grambling." Okay, that's why reputation. Okay, ladies, protect all you young girls out there. Protect your reputation because it is better to have a reputation and not need it than to need it and not have it. Now, if you don't believe me, go somewhere, go find a fine ass 38-year-old that's lonely as hell and ask her. Anyway, and all you women out there who are going to get offended by this and leave comments that you can do what you want to do and all that shit, before you leave the comment, here's the rule. You have to tell all of us in your comment how many dicks you had in you. Every dick, not boyfriend dick. I'm talking about every dick. Boyfriend dick, jump off dick, one night stand, ain't gonna never see this nigga again dick, train dicks, all dicks. You have to come with that count if you believe that women can fuck around the way men fuck around. Okay? And here's the other one for the ladies that's gonna get mad. Be honest with yourselves on this one. Would you wish your pussy on your daughter? I'll wait. No, you wouldn't. Okay, ladies, think about all the hoes out there. Think of all the nasty shit you have done that follows you to this day. I mean, would you want your daughter? Would you wish that on your daughter? Because that's the difference between men and women. As fathers, we wish our dicks on our sons. Okay, we want our sons to go out there and do all the shit that we did and more. Okay, to sow those wild oats before he gets married. That's what we train our sons for. No woman trains their daughter for that. No woman goes up to her daughter and go, "Baby, I'm gonna put you up on game. I'm gonna show you how to fuck 9 Chicago Bears in 1 year. Get a pen." No, that's why you can't do what we do. Okay? Anyway, that's it for Truth Paste. If you dug what I had to say, leave a comment. If you didn't dig what I said, you're probably a hoe. And as always,